One of the first things they say in the directions is to go through all these pieces here and put the nuts into these slots, just so you don't have to do it all later on. Then of course here, 13 pages in, it says, oh, you probably have to go in and put these in, by the way. And the fact that they don't fit does not help the situation at all. I think the housing here for the nuts was just cut a little too tight. Well, that is a nice fit right there, I guess. So fortunately this piece is keyed to only fit one way. Let's see how well it fits. Not very so far. Alright. Well, there's no way to get this finger tight because of the angle involved. So I'm just going to loosely put these down using the hex. Then once all four are in, I'll go back and tighten them all up. Yet another unclear step. Attached spacer feet. Are these the spacer feet? I'm gonna guess these are the spacer feet. So the photo several pages ago has these two parts being bolted on. As I've mentioned now, these parts will slide exactly off, so you don't really need this M22 bolt. You could probably do a 16. But then over here, several pages later, it says to glue what appear to be these feet on, and these are totally unlabeled. So if I glue these on, do I need these bolts, since the bolt heads will fit over with M16s? M316s? And just to prove that is the case, it's a far better fit, that's for damn sure. Is this the correct way? I don't know. So if this was a case of me reading directions out of order or anything like that, I'd be like, fine, no problem, I can cope with that. But considering how much better this fits, I need the heads to be above there or not? So here's the best photo I can find, and it looks like the bolts of the head are inside this flat piece here. So hooray, I get to take more stuff apart because the directions weren't clear in the first place. Well, since I gotta pull these out anyway. So it says here to super glue the spacer feet to the support, or ideally acrylic cement. You know what? Super glue doesn't work on acrylic. You have to use acrylic cement, which is not all that common a thing, but happening to be a scale modeler who happened to work with acrylic once last year, I think I still have some around. So here's a can of acrylic cement. The stuff evaporates really easy, and what you're supposed to do is get yourself a little syringe bottle. I don't have that. The stuff stinks. I'm going to use this little bit of a brush here and hope that this is adequate. Just going to brush a little on. The stuff is really great. It's an exceptionally strong glue, and actually let's do it this way and let some capillary action do the job for us. Stuff bonds pretty much instantly. Don't bother thinking you're going to pull it apart. Pulling super glue apart is easier than acrylic glue on acrylic. And it dries crystal clear. But keep in mind that dealing with it, it is a mess and it gets everywhere. That should be more than, well, not quite enough. Now this is old acrylic cement, so that could be part of why it didn't just instantly bond. Perhaps I just needed just a little bit more. But if you've never worked with acrylic before, I gotta say avoid it. Stuff is a real pain in the ass. Now the wobble is gone from that part. And I guess to help hold these down, I'm going to go get myself some clamps. Okay, so when it comes to acrylic glue, the fumes and particles from when you're sanding acrylic or working with acrylic, this stuff is poison. Keep away from it. Make sure you've got some fresh air going on. This glue must be so old that it just doesn't work anymore, so let's get a little super glue in the mix. Now how dead am I going to be because I'm mixing super glue and acrylic glue? We'll find out. But the super glue has no reason to work. So let's find out if it does. Let's see what we can do while we're waiting for that to dry.